Hey, good morning, good day, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, City Sculptor, and this is Manor Lords. Yes, episode 2, as we continue to build out the city of Eden Plains. Now, we're making our way past our logging camp, and the logging camp is going to be the scene for some excitement a little later on as we construct a saw pit. We need to build a saw pit out here, and the reason we need to do that is because we need to start making planks. We need to turn all that fine timber into planks. And we have a need for planks for a whole variety of reasons. First and foremost is to build our church. We need to build a church in the town here, and that's going to really add to the happiness of the residents. And then also we need to plan on doing some upgrades down the road, and planks will be essential in that. Now, as we make our way through the center of town where our church is probably going to be, we're coming up across this stone quarry over here. And you can see the guys and gals that are turning these big rocks and turning them into small rocks, taking the big rocks and breaking them up. And they take them over here to our stonecutters camp where they're stored away here. And then our little storage guy, hello, sir, is coming along to pick those rocks up and bring them back to our storehouse. We're going to take a jog past our 5 new burgage plots here in Burgages. And the our red-caped lord here is looking at those with an envious eye because as of right now, he's the only homeless guy in town. We built those Burgages out and made sure that everybody had a nice residence that they could call home. And eventually we'll get to our manor, but not today. Now we come across our marketplace here where you can see we've got a variety of goods so far, and we've got our food vendor on the left there. He's just bringing in, looks like a bushel of berries. And then we've got our firewood supply. Good day, ma'am. We have our firewood vendor over here who's selling firewood, and we want to make sure to keep our homes dry and warm during the winter months. Now, taking a quick jog behind, we've got our storehouse and our granary, so you can see those folks are busy at work, making sure that we have good logistics and supply chain set up in our town. And as she's delivering another bundle of firewood, we'll make our way down here in this direction, past our well that we dropped in next to this shady tree. And then we'll take a quick peek down this hill just to see that woodcutters camp down there. You can see they're busy felling trees down there and increasing our firewood supply for our long winter months ahead of us. Now, in today's episode, we've got a lot that we need to try and cover today because we need to continue to expand our infrastructure and build out our village. We're going to want to put in that saw pit. We're going to want to put in a church. We're probably going to add a tannery to our hunter's lodge over in that area there because although we haven't started actually hunting our wild animals, we're going to be doing so as we turn the corner into the winter months, and we're going to want to make good use of those skins. So we'll build out a tannery. A couple other things I had in mind too is we've got that big, beautiful ore pit that sits right in the center of town. We're going to want to open that up as well. So we're going to put in a mining pit there for our ore deposit. And then we're also probably going to put in a bloomery so that we can convert that iron ore, that raw ore, into steel. So we've got a lot to get at, and I know I just threw a lot at you there. Oh, excuse me. He walked right through me. Well, anyhow, I just threw a lot at you guys. So with all that as a backdrop, let's do this. All right, now we take an overhead view of our town, and I just loved hearing these little people talk. All right, so we're going to dive back in here to our logging camp. Now, our logging camp, you can see all those logs starting to stack up back there. And I need to make a nice little accompaniment, and that accompaniment would be our saw pit. So that's going to be our first order of duty. Let's build a saw pit, and I want to put it right back in this corner here, right across the street, in fact, from the logging camp. And the reason I want to put it back there behind by the logging camp is because it's a short trip. You got to take the logs right straight across the road here from the logging camp right into the saw pit, and we need an ox to do that. Okay, now that red alert we got there is unassigned families needed for construction. That's because we don't have any unassigned families. So I'm going to hot-foot it back over here to the storehouse, and I'm going to remove somebody from the storehouse so that they don't need to work in there currently. Because we've got lots of stored up goods, if you will, down in that storehouse. And then as I move my way down over here, we've got the stonecutter camp. You can see the inventory in the stonecutter camp is pretty low. It's only at 7 units, and we only have 45 to go. So I think we'll be in good shape for the moment, just in terms of moving stone back and forth and stockpiling stone. And that stonecutter camp, we should be able to tear that down once we've cleared that stone deposit. Now, the other thing I want to do is I want to go over here to the woodcutters camp, woodcutters lodge, and we've got looks like 25 months of food, so that's really great, and 7 months of fuel currently. Now it's July. I think I can temporarily disengage this person from the woodcutters lodge for just a little bit, and then they can come out and help us, build some of these improvements that we need to make. Now I'm going to scoot back over here to our saw pit. Now the saw pit is under construction. Let's just take a quick look here. We don't have any logs, any timber yet assign. And oh, there we go. Our ox just brought it. Andrich the ox just brought our first load of timber. He's probably diving back into that forest to go get his second load of timber. You can see there are plenty of logs all around here because our logging camp has been very busy. And then once we finish off this saw pit, then we'll just immediately assign one of our two families, our two unassigned families, to that saw pit, and we can start cranking out planks. We're going to need lots of planks for today's episode. Just as a precursor to that, let's take a look. One of the things I said at the top of the show I want to do is build in a church. And if you look at the church, the construction cost there is 5 timber, 20 planks, and 10 stone. Now, we have plenty of stone, as we've seen because of our stone cutter camp. And then we've got plenty of timber. At least we're heading in that right direction. It's just the planks that are lacking. And so we need to get working on planks. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a person into that saw pit. And they can start the process then. Once the ox is free, they can start the process of loading up the saw pit with lumber, timber, and then building planks. That's going to be our big thing. Down over here, I've got a couple of felled trees here, and I've got a hitching post. Now, the hitching post, if you look at this here, we've got one ox already. But you see this thing that says stable space. Now, that means right now, this hitching post is only capable of being, I guess, accountable for one ox, and that's all we've got. But what I'd like to do is add a second ox to our town, and the only way to do that is either A, upgrade this to a stable, but that costs us 2 planks, and I don't want to spend the planks right now, or B, just add a second hitching post. So I thought, I'm going to put in a second hitching post, maybe right next door to the first one. So I think we go to logistics and hitching post, and then we'll just drop that in right here along this road, and they can start the process of building that. Now, that only requires 1 piece of timber. And so if we're lucky, we can get our ox to bring 1 piece of timber because we're stored up now here, and so they should start being able to cut some boards. But if we can get that ox to bring us 1 more piece of timber over here, then we can get in a companion ox, a second ox, if you will, because those oxen, here, let me click on that again. Hitching post. Oh, let me go to the original one. We can order a second ox. You can see that. It costs us 20 regional wealth. And our regional coffers right now, we're sitting at the starting regional wealth of 50 coins. So we've got enough coins in order to order us a second ox. And you have to kind of really manage the number of oxen that you have because they cost those 20 coins. It comes out of your regional wealth, and you can also only order 1 per month. So you've got to be really kind of judicious about making sure you're kind of staying on or ahead of your demand for oxen. So, all right, let's bump up this second hitching post priority here. See if we can take that up just a little bit. Hopefully they'll get that one constructed. Well, the rain is really coming down now. Holy mackerel. All right, let's jump over here real quick, and take a look at our stone cutting, our stone deposit 7 and the camp. Oh, we've got 44 units there. We've got 7 there. So, 43. Looks like one of the workers just hauled another one off to the storehouse. So the timing on that is going to be just right. It looks like we're going to exhaust this stone deposit, and our stone cutter camp will be basically maxed out. So that'll be nice. All right. Now they can slowly work on getting, hitching post is completed. They can slowly work on getting the stone moved over from the stone cutters camp into our storehouse. All right. So our hitching post is now set up, and I'm going to order us a second ox. Now, I placed that order for that ox, and it takes a little while for that ox to arrive. It'll come in, via a trader, and so it could take a while for that trader to come into town. But we'll just kind of keep an eye on it. And then the other thing I want to point out, now our approval rating is above 51%. And so what that means is we now have the ability to come in here and start adding more burgages. And I think I want to do that, sooner rather than later. We'll draw our road in down here. And then let's just see what burgages would look like on this side of the street. Again, if I come out the same width 5, but I don't want it to go as deep as the last batch. So maybe I'll start from this corner. We'll go this way. We'll come out to here. Paint that across. That's too far. I want to come to here maybe. Yeah, I don't want them to be really big, but I want them to have that little expansion space you see on the back there, or the backyard space, if you will. There we go. That's just what I was looking for, right like that. There. Now we've got another group of 5 more Burgages, and at 52% approval rating, hopefully we'll get people starting to move in. Now, I made those the size that I did because I want them to be able to have that little expansion piece, and I'll show you what I mean there. Let me get the Burgage plot here. And the backyard extension, that's the word I was looking for. If I click into that, you have some options here. You can do vegetable gardens, you can do chicken coops, you can do goat sheds. Now, the only one that needs a really, really big yard is this vegetable garden. And when you decide that you want to build vegetable gardens, you're going to want to build Burgage plots that are really, really big. And the reason for that is it's you're cultivating land, right? Now, given the amount of fertile land that we've got in this space, I think I probably will lean away from vegetable plots. So I thought if I go smaller, then I can do chicken coops, and I can do I can do chicken coops, and then maybe it's get into some of these artisan extensions extensions later on here. But to start with, we'll start with some small ones here that should be easily upgradable. So now we've got Burgages that are going to be in the queue here. I'm still about 10 planks shy from being able to build my church. So, and if we got our hitching post, let's see. Did we get our second ox yet? Let's see. Did it show up? I don't know if it's here yet. There is one, according to this. Earhart. Where is he? Oh, yeah, let's see here. Where are you, Earhart? I think he's just coming into town. Yeah, I see. There's the trading post was down here, and then he's making his way up along the King's Road to come into town. So he'll be coming up to this Y in the road here pretty soon, and then heads into town this way, and then on into the hitching post. So that's good. That's good news. Our second oxen is on the way. We've got we built some Burgages, and another thing I want to do is I want to tackle a tannery. Now a tannery, I've got this hunting camp here. Now I'm not using it just yet, but I am going to need a tannery. And let's see, where's the tannery? Tannery, there it is. Okay, and does it fit in here? Well, it'll fit right there, which would be just fine. Next to the hunter's camp, and I want it to be next to the hunter's camp so that there's a very short distance for them to go with those hides. So I'll drop that in right there. They can start building that out at any time. And then we've still got the one family that's unassigned, so they'll come over and start tackling that job. We've got 10 planks. Let's just see how things are coming over here in our sawmill, our saw pit. Yeah, see, we don't have our ox is still gathering lumber. We haven't had our second ox arrive yet, so you can see here, he's grabbing this, transporting that timber. I think I'm going to take that tannery down to low. Does it need it? Yeah, it needs 4 of them. I'm going to take it down to low priority. So let's see here. I just want to take a step back and see how the clearing of these sections is going. Let's check out our logging camp before I do anything. I want to see where my people are. They're debranching trees. So that tells me that they are still clearing trees out in this space, which is good. That's what we want them to do. And the reason we want them to do that is, if you guys recall, we had some really good fertility over here. If I look at my emmer fertility, look at that. It's just rich green all the way up along this ridge. And so, I was thinking about putting some farms kind of up on this ridge, because as you get up here, you cut through this forest. It's so thick, but you're sitting up a little bit from this valley down over here, overlooking this little valley. And I think that's going to be a nice little setting up there. And then if I tuck in a bunch of little farms along here, I can vary it up quite a bit, because if you look at this, look at the emmer fertility. The flax fertility is dark green back in here in this forest, and maybe right here too. Barley, there's again a patch of dark green here for barley. It looks like we've got that as well. And rye fertility, look at that. It's just rich green all the way throughout here. So this is going to be some prime real estate for farming. And so I want to do my best to kind of keep clearing that out. Let's just take a look at our logging camp here again. And I think I want to reassign their workspace now that they've cleared out a bunch. Let's come in here, and I want to clear cut kind of this area right through here. In fact, I'm gonna increase the work size area here using our control shift. Control, and then hold down the control button and scroll the mouse wheel. We're just gonna clear that out. Maybe not quite so big. There, like that. All right. All right, so that'll adjust the workers area there. They should be able to clear that out. Now, we've got a logging camp, and that's important. We've got a saw pit, and I wish they would get a log over there. In fact, I'm going to unassign them temporarily since we don't have a log in there just yet. Who knows? The ox might be coming soon with a log, but at least then they can dedicate themselves to other tasks. Like, for example, I'm going to put them into the storehouse. And the reason I'm doing that is because I've got the stonecutter camp. There's 42 stones that are sitting in there. If I can get somebody with a cart to come in to haul them out 10 at a time, the sooner we can get this stonecutter camp emptied out, the sooner we can take it out of play. And then we don't have to have that, just kind of taking up space. Now let's take a look here. Obviously no planks because they don't have a log over there yet. We'll get the alert message when that pops up. All right, so we'll just kind of continue along here. We'll speed it up a little bit, kind of get people going in their directions. One of the things I'm really digging about this game is I'm just loving the landscape. I mean, we sit up on this little rise up here, and our village is starting to come into shape. But just an appreciation for the change in terrain and landscape. I mean, look at how high up we are in comparison to this little valley way down over here. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun as we, get out and expand and explore some more of the map. It's just the change in elevation. Did our second ox come to play? I think he did. I'm going to imagine that he's being used now. Okay, so he's definitely being used. Somebody's got him working on, hauling logs around. I hear him huffing and puffing, so he's got to be close by. Okay, yeah, that one is right there. Still no log into the saw pit yet. Well, that's because they're putting them all in the houses. I think I can take these down in priority now, though. Now, one of the things I was thinking about, just kind of for future development and growth, zooming back out again, looking at the fertility here, I think there's going to be an opportunity for us to put barley and stuff along this ridge here. So if I pull up the fertility, yeah, you can see barley, thick green barley all the way through here. And then ideally, look, you got your clay way up here. We're going to need to get at that at some point in order to create a second an upgraded church. Oh, resources stolen by the nearby bandits. 14. Oh my gosh, 14. That's a lot of timber going out the door. So we'll have to, again, get our population up and get ready to take some of those bandit camps out. But I also saw this one little area up here of kind of modest fertility. I mean, comparing it to across the rest of the map, I thought that might be a good spot for our manorial home. I guess, what is it? Is it a manor? Yeah, we'll just call it a manor. I think that might be a cool spot for that. So anyhow, just, future thoughts here as we continue to move around the map. All right, so let's dive back in here and look at our stonecutters camp. Let's see if there's anything left in that. There is not. Okay, so that's great. So what that means is we can demolish that. And if we take that down, we demolish that, I think construction costs will be refunded. Okay, great. Whoops, that leaves us with 2 logs that are now available for us to use in other resources. And our oxen are hauling those logs back and forth. You can see Andras is here. He's transporting timber. And then you've got the other one here is Earhart. He's heading back to gather more timber. So hopefully they can continue to move right along here. We've got 2 unassigned families. So I think what I want to do is I want to go back to chopping some more wood. Let's get some wood going again. And then make sure that we've got a programmed area for them to chop in, limited the work area. I think I want to come back down over to here, somewhere in that area. We'll keep them cutting things down. Great. We've got a burgage plot that was just completed, and that's right here across the street from our original plots. And that's good news. So, as soon as we get some more people moving in, we can continue to reallocate those people, those workers, into adding new services for our city. Our little town, I love it. Our little town of Eden Plains. We've got Immenreut to our left and Zweiau to our right. And let's see, what kind of resources do we have? So they'll both have rich clay deposits. One's got another rich iron deposit, which is always attractive. Rich stone straight ahead of us. So there's not really much in the way of rich food resources nearby. I'd have to go over here to Goldhof, to the rich berry deposit, and wild animals over here, and then more rich berries over here in where is that? Nusloa. And then Selbitz has got rich wild animals, and so does Hofstad. Okay, so Good to know. Good to know. All right. It looks like we've got minerals and stone on our side of the map, and he's got food on his side of the map. So good thing we've got lots of nice fertile plains. So let's jump back in here and now let's kind of compare fertility. So obviously we've got a lot of it in our space. If I look to my right, wow, that's very fertile land in there as well. And then if I look to my left, not so much, which is just fine. So, our best bet might be to come in here, take advantage of this rich iron deposit, and really exploit that to create lots of weapons and lots of high cost trade goods, and then grab. Maybe I could even grab the second one, second rich iron deposit, but also maybe just grab this bread basket, if you will, that sits over here, just to the just to the right of us. So, lots of great places to expand and move on. How are they coming with these burgages? Well, it looks like we've got. Looks like a second one was just finished, which is great. Our approval rating is right at 50%. And do we have? Yeah, see, they're going to continue to funnel logs into those burgages. I probably shouldn't have started those quite so quickly. Because what's happening is I think our oxen are fueling them with all of our very valuable timber. Speaking of timber, we had a whole bunch of it stolen. How are we sitting for timber? 21 of 28. That's not bad. And I think we're in good shape. In fact, I'm going to actually grab somebody off of timber duty and just have them help out with the construction. Because the faster we can get this stuff done, the faster we can get onto our sawmill. And that's going to be important. We have plenty of felled logs just lying around here. That's one of the things I've noticed too. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 there, 5, 6, 7, 8, just a whole bunch of them. So having to harvest timber right now probably isn't a top priority. So let's just we'll keep 2 bodies free right now and keep working that. Now I want to check out our berry harvesting over here. How's that holding up? Okay, so we've got 40 berries yet as we're heading into late summer here, August. So we're harvesting it, but we're certainly not draining that resource. And we've got 48 stored up here in our forager hut. Oh, I do have somebody in the storehouse. That's good. So they can wheel out there and grab those berries from our foraging hut. Now, okay, our oxen is making its way. This is Agnes is guiding the oxen. Oh, look at that! That burgage is coming up real quick, like. All right, let's kind of fast forward through these other 2 Burgage constructions here. All right, sit tight. There we go. So now we've got all 5 of our burgages put up, and the approval rating is right around 50%. We've got the tannery now is going to be under construction, but I want to get over here quickly and get to our saw pit and now get, if I can, at least 1 family going there. I'd love to get 2 just temporarily, just to try and get those planks going, because we really need to get that church up and running. Let's see here. And let's think about where we would want that church. I mean, church is always a good thing to have kind of in the center of town, don't you think? Maybe the area that was vacated by our stonecutter camp over here. And, a church, I think, should have a, let's see here. Where is that? Ooh, yeah, see, now there's a log over there. The generic stellar is full. So that tells me that they're probably starting to cut some planks over there at the saw pit. So let's look at a church. How big is, oh, that's a big thing, isn't it? Okay, so if I spun that around, maybe have it facing out kind of this main road out here. But maybe I'll just put it in the kind of this center section here. Yeah, so maybe what I'll do is I'll create like a little approach to it. And, oh, what's that? A bandit camp was sighted. Okay, where's that? Brigands, outlaws, where are they? Where are they in relationship to us? I tell you, we've got really good eyes because they are on the far side of the map. So, yeah, we won't be going after them anytime soon, but, it's good to know that they're there. All right, cool. So anyhow, I was saying that church, maybe what we can kind of do is kind of do it like a little town center out here. Maybe if I can figure out how to build like a circle, that would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Let's just come straight off of here to here. And then we're going to come out here. We're going to come here. And we're going to come here. And if I do that, let's see what that curve looks like. Yeah, it's crude, but it'll probably work. I have to remind myself, it's a medieval town. It's not going to be perfect. Yeah, It's a circular town square. Yeah, so when our church is ready, we should be able to drop that into that space there when we have enough planks. 48 approval rating, still not great, and I think that'll improve once we get the church up and running. So let's just see here. How's our saw pit coming? He's got 2 logs in a storage for 1. Well, that's good. Let's go. Let's get another. Stop! Nope, don't want to do that. My ox just standing still. And that was a mistake. Oh well. All right, I think we'll be fine though. We'll be fine. Yeah, just trying to kind of figure out where we're at here. It's September, and I'm going to want to make sure that this tannery finishes in time. So we'll speed things up just a little bit. How's our berries coming along here? There's still 35 berries, so that's good. Once we get the berries down once they're no longer available, which comes I think in December, then we'll reassign somebody out of the forager hut and into maybe a granary or one of the other necessary components around town. Move your ox. Oh, I think our other guide is coming. Earhart. Yeah, poor Earhart is I think he's logging. He's jamming up our our little assembly line here. Got to get our logs moving. It's a literal log jam right there because of the ox. There you go. Well, hopefully his guide will be along shortly. Yeah, that was a mistake, but okay, we'll be fine. We'll recover nicely from it. I guarantee it. All right, and here goes. Oh yeah, here comes. Who is that? Agnes. Agnes is sprinting across the field to go get her ox. All right, nice. Go get him, Agnes. And then let's just take a look. As we're now into September, let's look and see what we've got for food and fuel. All right, 8 months of fuel, and the tannery is finished. Good. So I just wanted to have that finished so that, by the time we get to fall and autumn and winter, I guess I should say, we start harvesting those wild animals. Then we can probably put a tanner in there too and just start making some leather. So that's good. Now, food, 28 months. That's great. Fuel, 8 months. That's a good, healthy little safety net. That if we just kind of continue on our current pace for another, maybe a month or two, we'll have plenty of food, plenty of fuel. Should be able to make it through the winter just fine. Now let's take a look at our storehouse. Our storehouse keeper, this family, they're working hard, I can tell. They've got 45 firewood. Oh, it was firewood that was stolen here. I was thinking it was timber, but it's firewood that was stolen, which isn't so bad. Stone, lots of stone, some tools, some spears, some shields, and some planks. It just kind of, how many residents do we have? 15? Yeah, so we don't even have enough really to form a militia. I mean, we could, but it'd be a militia of 10 guys. Not really exactly a threat. So the Woodcutters Lodge, they're continuing to harvest away. This is great news. And then our logging camp, I know they're a long ways from home. They're hossing all the way over here to fell trees in this area, but it's greatly appreciated. That's okay. There's another great little area right here, this little patch here. And I want to check our fertility there because I think there's some really good emmer fertility right up on that hill. And was there barley fertility there? Yeah, there was. So I think this could be one of our little first barley crops that's going to be maybe down around in this area here. So maybe what I should do is reassign my logging camp to come over and take that out at some point too. Yeah. All right. So this generic storage is full, which is our saw pit. That's actually good news. That means they're able to get back to sawing timber into planks. So go get them, guys. Let's take a look at those people. Where are they? Waiting and crafting. Okay. So there's just one person in the saw pit right now who's crafting. He's going home though. Apparently storehouse is full. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Let's see here. Let's slow down just a second. Storehouse is full. I did not expect that. So what does it take to upgrade? Well, I guess we could upgrade to a large storehouse. That would rob all of our planks though from our timber project. So that's not great news actually. Oh, here's what I'll do. I'll form a militia. So let me pause the game for a second. I am going to form a militia with spearmen. If I form a militia with spearmen, then I think what'll happen is all of the residents will come into the storage house and take all those spears and shields out. Let's just see. Male villagers will be evenly distributed between all militia units, and they will try to find the required equipment. The weapon and shields depends on the unit type, while the maximum quality of armor and helmet depends on the villager's residential level. After bringing the necessary equipment home, the unit recruits are marked as ready to rally. See? Okay, so let's do that. Let's form that unit, that militia unit. We'll get the game started back up again. Now, hopefully, they'll all head, over and grab their shield and their spear. Should have done that earlier, I guess, huh? See, I was just talking about that too. Here's a great sign too. Our approval rating now is above 50% again, and we've got 5 burgages that are just sitting empty. So, any moment now we should be able to start. I guess it's once a month you get a family to move in. So, hopefully we'll see our population start to expand. All right, let's check in on our planks. How many planks do we have? We've got 35 planks. Oh, we can build our church. Let's go do that. All right, so let's come over into this space here. Let's get our church right here in the center, and then if I turn it. Can I get the steeple to point down towards the burgages like that, So it's attractive. It's there like that. All right. Now let's just make sure everything's connected up with roads. This one's going to come into here. Are there any other road connections? Looks like it's only one way in. Okay, I guess that's it then. All right, so great. So I'm going to take that to highest priority. Let's get going on that because that's something that we need to have done right away. In fact, can I pull somebody off of firewood duty again? Let's take a look at that. Yeah, fuel for 11 months. You guys get to work on a church. Let's go. So let's see here. What do we got? Storehouse. I'm going to pull you. Oh, look at all of them went and grabbed the shields. So our storehouse isn't full anymore. Still, it's awfully close. And we got a new family that moved in. Hooray! That's great news. Oh, good. So that increased our available population here. And now, let me just check and see how many planks I've got. Well, I've got plenty of planks. I can upgrade the storehouse now, too. Let's do that. So a couple things are going to happen with upgrading the storehouse. We're going to burn through a bunch of planks and timber. That's good. It'll get our oxen moving again, I think. But it'll also vastly expand our storehouse capacity. So these are all good things. So, yep, here we go. Yep, we're on the move again with our oxen. And our saw pit, we got 2 families going. So they're going to burn through that wood like crazy. So that's good news as well. Our logging camp is still overloaded at the moment, and that's okay. Let's get those people working on that church. Okay, so let's take a look here. Handy tip here too is hit the tab key. Hold the tab key down, and it shows you the level of your burgage. Shows you how many families are living there, and then what resources that they need, I believe, in order to be ready to kind of move up. You can see all of these homes here. They all have a 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. They're all filled, and then this one here also is occupied. So that's great news. And if I click on that, you can see they need a church, they need clothing supply, and so we're going to work on that as well. There is this handy little tool here. This is in the cosmetic area. It's the erase shrubbery tool. And so if you just hold down left click and just move that side to side, it wipes out some of the shrubbery that's in the area. So you get a better look to see what's actually really there. I find it kind of confusing a little bit sometimes. Do I have trees there, or do they have bushes? What have I got going on? So sometimes it's just nice to wipe that away. So now you can see, as we zoom back down into here, you can see all of the logs, the timber that's still just sitting here on the ground. There's still a bunch of it that the oxen need to move, but they can't because the timber, this logging camp is full. Now our large storehouse just got completed. So look, now we've got 2,500 storage space, and that's great news. So not feeling the pinch, if you will, now of space constraints there. Yeah, so we've got a lot more storage space now. And let's see, the granary sitting on 72 berries. That's good. We've got only 5 months of fuel, so it's into October. I think I'm going to pull one of those families back into our woodcutter's lodge, especially since the bandits, I think, came through and stole a bunch of it. So we're probably going to want to have somebody work in the woodcutter's lodge. And while I'm doing that, let's make sure that we've set up that limited work area again, just making sure that we're clearing the same space that we had intended to clear early on. So let's do that. Let's think about this iron mine next. Got this big, rich iron mine. We should probably do something about that. Mining pit. Oh, look at that. Wow. Right next to the church, too. They're going to love that, aren't they? Okay, so we'll drop that in right here. So they can start, at least the oxen can start lugging. Do they need logs? Yeah, they need one. And then we're going to want a bloomery for that, too. And this area here looks like it's probably a good spot for that. Just kind of, let's see here. We're going to connect a road to this mining pit. Winter is approaching. Okay, well, that's good to know. Good to know. And then let's see here. Where else can we go? Do we have... Oh, we do have connectors. Well, let's just go all the way around this. It's kind of an odd spot to have a mining pit right in the center of town, but our options are fairly limited. And then the other thing I can build is a bloomery. I think we need a bloomery, right? Isn't that what it's called? To turn iron ore into iron slabs. Yeah. So let's turn that snap to roads back on. I could put it right here. It's not close to the storage house, and that's a shame, but at least it's got a good straight line to it. And then, there you go. We'll get those buildings going. Let's watch them put the church together. Yeah, this will be great. All right, let's speed things up again a little bit, just a little bit. Just kind of keep things moving along because we're going to have people building out this mining pit. Now you can see we've got 3 unassigned families right now, which is fine. I'm good with that actually because I want them working on getting these buildings constructed prior to winter setting in. I think that'll be really important for us. And let's just see here. How many burgages do I have? Empty burgages. So I still have 3 empty burgages. Oh, the mining pit's done. Let's just get somebody in that right away. We're going to start that process. We'll get a family working in the mining pit, and then, we got the bloomery done in record time. So let's get a family working on the bloomery too. So that means we've got 1 extra family. And as winter starts to set in, this is, fall and winter starts to set in. This is good. I think we're in a really good position in terms of, being ready for what awaits us over the winter months. Let's check out our food and fuel. 20 months of food, 6 months of fuel. It's, I'd like to go into winter having a little more than that, but, the woodcutters are doing a pretty good job by and large. And then, you got the storage people that are bringing the fuel out of the woodcutters lodge back up to the storehouse. That's really good news. If I came out like this, let's just see if we can do something fun here. What would that do for allowing us to build burgages? Where's the first connection point here? There. That's the one I want. So there, and there. And then let's just rotate it around the other way. Ooh, those would actually allow us to have 2 families in them. And that's great. And then we have a couple small expansions here. So I think we're going to go ahead and do that. That'll get some of those logs on the move. And then we'll replicate that kind of in this space here. So ideally, we'll have these burgages and these trees will all be gone, kind of overlooking the farmlands that are going to be down here. They're going to have nice little views is my point. So that's going to be great. The mining pits, of course, this is great. And, this rich deposit, this is going to be really key for us because one of the things that I want to do here as we continue to move along the timeline is I want to check in on the development tree here. Now, I selected charcoal burning right out of the gate. I'm going to be going into deep mining. That's going to be one of our next ones. So then I never have to worry about that mining pit running dry. And, we can certainly use all of that ore to create, weapons and to create, some of the tools that we need for in and around the town. And then I think probably the next direction I'll go is I'll probably start going this way and go heavy plow, sheep breeding. What do we got over here? Bakeries. Yeah, it produces bread from flour, twice the efficiency of on the communal oven. Yeah, so this is the direction I'll go next since we've got so much in the way of farmland that we just need to really kind of clear and get to. So, lots of fun times ahead for this development. Wow, I just noticed our approval rating is all the way up to 62% now. Look at this. Yeah, things are going really, really well in this space. The people seem to really like it. You can see now we're starting to build out some new burgages down here. So that means our oxen are hauling logs around again. So that's always a good sign. Let's just see. Have they moved any out of this logging camp yet? No, they're still at full capacity. So that's all right, though. And then we've got a loaded saw pit. We're continuing to build planks there. We'll just keep working away there. Now, to upgrade the church to level 2, it's going to be a while for us to do that. That one, yeah, you can see the choke point for there will be the clay tiles. The clay tiles on the roof. We need 10 of those. And I don't have my clay pit up and running yet, which is kind of a long ways away. Our whole basis of our town is in here, and the clay pit is It's way back over here somewhere. Let's just keep moving along here until we find it. Oh, that's the edge of the map. I think it's... Oh, there it is. There it is. Went right past it. Yeah, so it's here, and then I'll zoom out so that you can see where the rest of our town is. So it's a long ways. It's a long ways. But we'll figure out how to get over there. We'll build some roads coming over there and eventually get this clay pit up and running. But we need more people in town for starters. There. All right, it's December and the snow is starting to fall. Look at that. Our approval rating is still very high at 55%. And we had a couple extra families. I think we had a family move in, and we had another burgage that was built here. So we're making good progress there. I am going to assign now. I think, did we pull somebody? We pulled the berry person out of there, the forager hut out of there. Yeah, we did. We pulled them out of there. And now I'm going to assign one of our extra unassigned people first to our hunting camp. Let's get that going. And I set that hunting limit. Looks like I got that hunting limit set at 6. So what they'll do is they'll come in and they'll harvest here. I think I actually might take it up to 8, just to be careful. But they'll come in and they'll harvest these wild animals until it reaches a level of 8. If there's 8 left in the herd, then they stop hunting. But we're using this as a good winter food source. So we're going to alternate. We're going to do, I guess, harvesting rotation between our wild animals and our berries. We'll do the wild animals in the winter, and then we'll come back to berries in the spring. All right, so we've got more burgages that are underway. We've got really kind of everything that we needed to do to get ready for this particular episode. We really checked a lot of things off our list. We started with that saw pit, which was way across town over here. You can see that. And that seems to be humming right along. They've got plenty of log storage right now. They're cranking out planks. And then we built a second hitching post, and our oxen they're sitting idle right now, which is, again, that's okay. That's all right. And then our church, we built our church right in the center of town. I like that a lot. We put in a whole bunch more new burgages, right? Some of these smaller ones back in here. And then we're building these along the ridge here. In fact, I can go ahead and lay out the next ones as well, since we can build during the winter time. And then we put in our tannery. If you remember correctly, we were back here. We put in a tannery back here, but that's kind of been on hold until we get the hunting camp going. And once his generic storage starts filling up with skins, then we can start working on getting those over into the tannery. And then our iron mine and our bloomery. I think those were the last two things that we did. We've got those right over here in our big mining pit, the rich iron deposit. That's starting to go here, and that's great news. We've got our bloomery as well, and you can see they're already starting to make iron slabs. So we're going to be in a good spot here, I think, just in terms of having plenty of minerals to go along with all of our farm resources as well. So we've got to get to farms, I think, in our next episode. I think that's going to be a key priority for us. Let's just see here what our Lord thinks. So Lord SCULPTOR'S, he's coming back into town, and let's just take a little run through. Take a little jog. These guys were already here at Marketplace. Turn around there, Mr. SCULPTOR'S here. We've got good day, folks. We've got a much larger storehouse now than we had when we started the episode, which is great news. Our well seems to be functioning properly still, and we've got a whole bunch of new burgages. So once again, Lord SCULPTOR'S is still the only homeless guy in town. And now as we head out, we can kind of see what's going on here with the church in the center of town. Good day, lady. And then we'll make our way past the church, and you can see we've got you can see the bloomery right in front of us there, and then the mining pits. Hello, sir. Our mining pits just over to the left here. They're just below eyesight there, but you can hear them picking away and digging away. So I love the way that we've started things out here. It looks like we're making a good start. And the episodes are going to continue to come along here, and we're building out a really nice little infrastructure for our city. All right, now that's going to wrap up today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed watching that as much as I enjoyed making it. This was a lot of fun. Now, just as a reminder, we're a growing channel thanks to your support. And so if you saw something that you liked today, be sure to leave us a comment below. Love to hear from you. Love to get your take on this, hear your thoughts on how we're doing so far. And also the engagement really helps with the algorithm to distribute our content to a much wider audience, so we do appreciate it. Now, if you're also looking to support the channel in a different sort of way, you can do that by checking out our Patreon page, and we'll leave the link below. You can explore the 4 different levels of membership options, each with their own unique perks. So you're going to want to check that out, and those are a lot of fun. And thank you so much for those of you who have already signed up. Really do appreciate it. Your generosity is just wonderful. Now, also while you're at it, make sure to chip away at that like button and hammer that subscribe button to stay up to date with all the happenings here in our wonderful Manor Lords build in Eden Plains. Yep, we're having a lot of fun. Okay, well with that, I'm going to bid you guys a fond farewell. Until next time, good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.